To you and me, it's just a road. It's asphalt, and it's solid. But for New York City's utilities, there's actually a lot going on down there. We're talking about high voltage electricity cables, fiber optics carrying internet, and pipes carrying millions of gallons of water cramped in the dark space beneath the streets. But here's the thing I've never understood. New York is crowded above ground. So how on earth is there room for all of that below ground? And when a 100-year-old water main breaks down there, how do you fix it without disrupting everything else? To find out, the Department of Design and Construction is letting us step inside an active work site in Lower Manhattan. They're going to show us something they call spaghetti, describe what these steam stacks are for, and explain why construction in New York City is unlike construction anywhere else in the world. Okay, are you ready? Can you just introduce yourself?
I'm Tom Wynn, Deputy Commissioner for Infrastructure at the Department of Design and Construction here in New York City.
We were just talking about this term, the spaghetti. What does that mean?
Underneath the streets of New York, there are multiple systems: gas, steam, water, sewer, telecom. Those systems are all laid out in pipes. Those pipes, for a better part of a century, were never really planned as to where they go. And over the years, they've kind of been put in and over, under and around. It looks like a bowl of spaghetti in the ground.
So this is it. This is what they're talking about.
You're looking at the spaghetti.
Can you tell us what's actually under here?
If you look back there, you'll see the green is gas. And then these are electrical and that's telecom.
When you're designing a project like this, are you going in with some sort of map? Because this looks kind of confusing.
So there isn't a drawing. There are often dozens of drawings.
Yeah.
Some of them much better than others. The water drawings, pretty solid. The sewer drawings, pretty solid. The private utility drawings, some of them are really good. Others are just lines on a page.
You arrive at an intersection, you close off the street. How do you actually start digging without breaking the pipes and wires that are underneath there?
We will come in, we saw cut the street, which is a relatively shallow blade just to kind of cut through the asphalt and concrete. We will then chop out the roadway, and then we will start cleaning it up, putting in all new systems, and then hopefully setting ourselves up for the future by marking where everything is.
Why is there a beam?
Some of the facilities, when we break out the encasement in order to move them, still need to be supported. And so we will put a beam up, and then we'll strap them, and we hang everything from that beam until we're ready to put it into its permanent position.
This is just like one area. This is continuing down the street for miles and miles.
Absolutely.
So what happens? Do you have to then cut this and then rip this and then and just go forever?
Every one of us who works for the city knows that we are caretakers of a system that will outlast our lives, and that we are handing it off to the future generations.
Okay, something that I was thinking about. In most American cities and towns, you see power lines and telephone poles everywhere. But in Manhattan, the sky is clear. That's because everything is buried. If you go to certain parts of the outer boroughs, you see some overhead spaghetti in residential neighborhoods. It's messy, but it's manageable because the buildings are smaller. But just look at a Manhattan block. You have huge buildings and massive skyscrapers housing thousands of people and businesses. Imagine taking all...
I ain't gonna lie, I never realized that, boy. Like, the city don't got no telephone poles, no wiring, no none of that. I did not think about that. I ain't gonna lie.
All the wires from the outer boroughs, multiplying them and shoving them under the pavement. That is the tangled mess we're dealing with.
So I'd like to give you a tour of the hole, as we like to affectionately call it. This pipe here, that's a cast iron water main, circa about 120 years old. And that's actually the driver for this project, right? We're replacing water mains, we're replacing the roadway. In order to get to that water main, we need to manage all the other facilities that you'll see here in the hole. I am currently standing on telephone. Those plastic ducts there are also telephone. As you're seeing these pipes run along here, these are electric. The sewers are actually brick in a lot of cases, or very, very old clay pipes. Those are also between 100 and 150 years old. You won't be able to see the sewer here because it's so deep. Much of what we're standing on is live and active. We're keeping the lights on, we're keeping the phones, we're keeping the toilets flushing, we're keeping the water fountains working.
Is there anything underneath that pipe that we could look at? Underneath the stack?
I don't think you'd be able to see it, right?
What's this thing?
Not a clue.
Have you ever seen these before around New York?
I've seen them, but not as strong. And this guy's been going strong for like a day. I saw.
It's powerful. Does it feel very New York City to you?
Oh, yeah. We love just smoke in the middle of the street. And again, I don't know what it is, so I don't think too hard about the like.
It's happening to you right now. You're getting
I don't like it. The air. I don't know what it is. It doesn't feel clean.
It's steam.
There's two reasons you will see steam in New York. One of them is that there are leaks on the system that need to be repaired. There are also discharge points for the steam system, either to release pressure or to release condensate that is generated by the steam system, and those release points are throughout the city.
This probably needs a little bit more context. New York has this almost hidden utility, a gigantic centralized steam system that's been running since 1882. It's essentially a citywide boiler connected to over 1,500 buildings in Manhattan. 6 huge plants, 4 in Manhattan, 1 in Brooklyn, and 1 in Queens, generate steam and blast it through a maze of over 100 miles of underground pipes across Manhattan. The steam enters the building through an intake in the basement, and from there, it snakes through the walls to heat the place, power hot water, and even run cooling systems. The Empire State Building? Yes. Grand Central Terminal? Yes. Much of Manhattan, below 96th Street, is running on the steam system that Tom mentioned.
Did you want to get down there?
Sure.
Get down there.
First, let me safely enter.
Feel free to jump in, Pete.
Okay. Thank you, Tom.
And how do you guys work together?
So I work for Tom. Let me make that very clear. For many years. I am Peter Roloff. I'm the resident engineer for this particular project. My entire day is dedicated to this project alone. I guess you could say my job is to come here on a daily basis and start to untangle the spaghetti strand by strand.
Just looking at this hole that we keep affectionately referring to it as, one idea keeps coming to mind for me. When you look at the water mains on the bottom, you dig this up, you're looking at something that looks exactly the same as it looked over 100 years ago. And when you look up, everything is different.
Yeah, the first thing I think of when you say that is when I look at masonry brickwork that was done 120 years ago, and the brickwork and the joints are a masterpiece of masonry. And it's just so impressive to think that back then they were planning for a time when they couldn't even conceive of the internet. I think we're trying to do the same thing now with our upgrades. We really are putting in, more capacity and more technology for the future.
When is this going to be closed up?
So that's the best part for me, when we get to walk away and have a newly paved street and new sidewalks. It's like a shiny new city when we leave. So everything you see is brand new. Most of the work we've done is buried underground, not to be seen or heard of again. So you kind of go through the end of these projects knowing that you did a great job that's not underappreciated, but maybe not seen as much. But in your small group of kind of engineering world that we did an important job here underground.
It's just cool that you guys get to be in sort of constant communication with with history.
It is a awesome connection for us to know that we're working on things that someone had the foresight.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be some extravagant shit underground. Like, I thought they was gonna tell us about some shit, nigga. This alright. Ain't nothing word. What the fuck?